Welcome on into the Command Center podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Santana Moss.
Yep.
And the Mouth of the South.
No,
Fred
Pepe
Smith.
Van Winkles.
Yeah, what's your name? Yeah, you got a new name, right? Pepe Van Winkles, is that the name? All right, Tanner, you go with Santana Moss still, right? Dude, look at that chain, though. Look at that. Can we get that on camera?
That's what he does, man. He probably shower with a chain on. That's what he does.
That's light work? Did anyone see Busta Rhymes' chain? Do you see that video going around on the internet?
Yeah, with a 50 got on him, talking about it's too damn big.
Dude, that thing was enormous.
That thing's ridiculous.
Holy cow.
Yeah, sometimes we take it too far.
Who's we?
Habitual line steppers like yourself. I'm just saying, man. It happens sometimes.
That's fair enough.
Only you know that, though.
Yeah, that's fair
Habitual,
enough.
like you said, habitual.
Habitual. That means they do it over and over and over again.
All right, on today's show, because we don't have a game to preview yet, so
Yep.
usually it's the preview show.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about just the first quarter of the season. Keep it kind of high level because we want you to turn it into the actual preview shows.
Yep.
And talk about what is our expectation for the first quarter of the season. We got the Arizona Cardinals week 1, who have a very interesting approach this season.
Oh, no. They have said, we don't care. We are preparing for 2024. Listen, I love it when a team say, we know who we are.
Yeah.
They just traded Isaiah Simmons. We're going to have to see him. They just literally pushing everybody out the building and said, we're going to build this thing from scratch. And that's very, how can I say brave? Because usually quarterbacks don't get traded in this league in the midst of their, in the meat of their career.
Yeah.
And we're about to see
So
Kyler
you
Murray
think he's
get
gonna
traded.
you think he's going to get traded? I know.
Most
I don't want to
definitely.
spend too much time on this.
Well, Caleb Williams, Kyler Murray,
Yeah.
fresh start. Yeah.
No doubt. No
most
doubt.
definitely.
All right, so then we got, and that game's at home. Then we're week 2 at Denver with the Broncos. I think that's going to be a tough game. We got the Bills week 3. We got the Weagles. We're at the Eagles week 4, and we got the Bears. Weagles. We got the
Yeah.
Bears.
I was
week
hoping
5.
you come
I
in
could
on
say
that.
leave them like that. They should
We-
be called the Eagles.
The Weagles.
Yeah, that's who they are.
Well, all right, we'll call them the
Weasels.
Eagles. All right,
That's
so
what Eagles.
I think, I don't know. That when I look at this schedule, obviously Fred just gave a great preview of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And Tana, I think you probably agree.
Yeah.
Not super stoked about what the Cardinals are bringing to the table.
but-
That should be a win at home, and it should be a nice way to start because that defensive coordinator, super conservative,
Yeah.
should be a win.
I'm just not
But
big for the okie dokie, though. You know what I mean? Banana in the
okey-dokey,
tailpipe.
banana
You
in
know,
the
like, hey, this is what we doing. And
You
then
still got to show up and play.
go play football.
And,
know what I
then
mean?
you said something off air that I think
Embarrassing.
that is really important. Is like this schedule, we could look and say, oh, the Cardinals probably a win. Maybe the Broncos, Bills tough, Eagles tough, probably beat the Bears. But every week, I don't remember prepping
tough, bro.
my whole career and being like, this is an easy
gonna
win.
win it.
I
No,
never.
never.
In college, you feel that way
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're playing Arizona. Like, this will be
Oh,
okay.
when we were playing UCLA, we going to win this game. Like, we ain't worried about no Bruin.
I went to UCLA, by the way. just in case
So
everyone-
all I'm saying is, but in the league, it ain't no 1 week you can look
Yeah.
and say guaranteed win.
Yeah.
Now the Cardinals, they on a different mission than everybody else in the league.
Different mission.
They on a different mission. But everybody else, the Bears are trying to win.
Yeah.
The Bills are trying to win. Like these teams are trying to win, and that's why I say when people go and gamble a lot, I like the NFL
what are you
is just
doing, man?
it's not a pick 'em.
Look, one of the things, I learned, and I love the whole soundbite when I hear it now. When I was, with the Jets, New York Jets, Herm Edwards got there and said, you play to win the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Every week.
regardless of
Yeah.
who we facing, you got to go out there with that mentality to play
you
to
on
win
that
the
team?
game. Yeah.
I didn't know that. How did people take that
I
in the
was
locker
there.
room? Were they excited?
We was laughing because we know Herm. Herm
don't care.
was a motivator. He was
Yeah.
a great coach. You know what I mean? But like the media took that and just spun it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's a meme
of
now,
course you
right?
play to win the game.
play-
Herm.
hey, you play
We
to win
get
the
it.
game.
I don't know why
Play
they didn't
to
get
win
it.
the
Well,
game.
Dennis Green was a little bit funny.
Oh,
The
we are.
Eagles who we thought they was.
And he like smacked the
Yeah,
podium.
we still got beat.
All right, so okay, this is the question that I think is really interesting. What is the record coming out of those first 5 games to let we know we're okay?
I'm gonna jump out there and just say, you know me. You probably gonna get this vanilla response.
But I think that's good though because it tempers expectations.
as long as I'm 500. I'm always trying to be above 500 and above.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many wins, how many
where
losses.
they lost or win
but
gonna come
I
from.
just want this team.
Yeah.
I feel like we have the caliber of play on all levels of our game,
Yeah.
special teams, defense, offense, that we should be within 5 games. We should be at 500
500.
or above.
So it's hard to
I'm
be
with you.
500 because it's 5. It's not divisible.
It's 5
Or above.
games.
Or
It's
above.
5 games. Long as 3 of them in the win column.
Yeah.
It don't matter which 3.
Yeah.
The thing about it is the Broncos.
It's a tough game.
gonna be
It's
tough.
a
They
tough
They
trip.
have a hell of a roster. I just don't know who Russ is anymore.
I'm just more worried about a young team on a tough road trip. That
Yeah.
environment's tough to play in.
Oh,
like,
it's hard to play up
yeah.
there.
But
Mile
so
High
what,
Stadium.
what I would say,
and then have a defense that flies around like theirs. I mean,
I don't really care about the record. What I do care about is seeing like good football, seeing competitive football,
Yeah.
right? So like I think back to 2012, right? I think we were like, what were we, 3-6 or something like that?
Yeah,
something
congratulations.
Yeah.
we jumped out. We jumped out with what 1-1 or 2-1.
Yeah, and then we kind of went on a little bit of skid. And I say to myself, I never felt like that was a bad team because every week we were
played
playing,
good football.
we were
Yeah,
playing
we was
good
in the
football.
game.
Yeah.
And we were just waiting for it to flip.
And that's what you want. You
Yes.
just want a team that's going to be in the game because eventually that team says, we've been giving these other games
Yeah.
away.
Wait,
Let's
yeah,
go
most
ahead and do
definitely.
what we got to do, take care of our responsibilities, and boom. And that's what happened to us.
Like that's what I want to see. I want to
Yeah.
see
Good football.
a crisp offense, a competitive defense, and those teams they win more games than they lose. Like
Yeah.
it's just a fact of the NFL. Look at the Giants last year, right?
Yeah, almost definitely.
Yeah.
They won because they stuck into game. They was a fourth quarter team.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's what we want to be. Like let's be honest. We've been one of them teams where we go through these ebb and flows, these ups and downs.
Yeah.
We want to play right here
Yes.
all
Mhm.
year
Yes.
long, and then start to get better as the year goes on.
100%.
And I think that's all you can ask for a team. And think about these first 5 games. Here go the quarterbacks. Oh, Joshua Dobbs. He ain't cute either. Russell Wilson. You got Josh Allen.
Yep.
You got Jalen Hurts. You got Justin Fields.
Yep.
Them some good quarterbacks.
Yeah, those are good
All right, so
quarterbacks.
your D-line, your defense will be tested by time
Yeah.
you make it to week 5. Now let's turn the page and look at these defenses.
Yeah.
Cardinals still got Buda Baker, got some guys
Yeah.
on their defense. The Broncos could have one of the better defenses
In the
in the
NFL.
league.
Yeah.
The Bills, they're going to play good defense
Because
regardless
their
of what
offense
you
is
say.
good, they're going to put you in a good spot. The offense puts their defense in a good
Good
spot.
spot, and you got the Eagles. They're gonna be a tough
Yeah,
defense.
tough out.
And the Bears, they rebuilding, but I'm telling you, that Bears team will be a
Be
fighter.
better. So yeah, the thing is, I hope the listeners take away
Yeah.
is that there's no layups in the NFL.
Yeah.
There's no layups in the NFL. I just want competitive, hard nosed. You mentioned this about the preseason, Fred. Penalty free football.
That's
Penalty free. Don't
Yeah.
hurt yourself, and then it'll come. Even if let's say they're 2-3 or 1-4,
It will
it'll
happen.
come if
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
competitive brand of football. And I know fans don't like to hear that, but especially with a young quarterback and a new OC,
Yeah.
as long as it's close, it'll tip at some point.
Well,
and fall
fans,
in.
you got to ask yourself this, fans. When would you rather for us to be paying our best football? At the beginning of the year or the end of the year?
Yeah.
I want to finish strong. I want to
Yeah.
get better as the year go on. And come on, we got basically a rookie quarterback. He won't, I guarantee you this, he won't be playing his best ball
No,
at the
that's a
beginning
good
of the
point.
year.
That's a
yeah,
great point.
and I don't want to put it out there into the world that he won't, but at the same time, like what Logan said, that's key. I think if you playing competitive ball, then it doesn't matter how long, you're not, the best, or you just idle, and just at one spot. Eventually, somebody gonna catch on.
Yeah.
One of the groups gonna catch on,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna be like, okay,
Now we got it.
this is
Yep.
where we at.
Because I think about that. I think back to 12 all the time. Like the defense was playing pretty good, and offensively
we
were
were still trying to find
kind of
ourselves.
figuring it out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it just clicked, and it was like, this is who we are.
And it probably click, and I hate when I get in front of you like that. No, honestly, I be wanting you to finish. But I had to say this because I know I forget it. I'm not sure, but I just remember having a talk with Kyle one time, and you guys know I wasn't happy about coming in as a slot guy at the time. That was my first experience. I played the slot all my life, like in college, and kind of didn't play it again until I was 10 years later, which I don't understand that about the NFL. But Kyle told me something, and I don't know if the team or it was just me on third down coming in and being sharp.
Yeah.
But I came in one third down and missed the pass that was thrown to me because I'm thinking about I'm coming in on third down. Kyle said something to me, and I think to me it changed my whole thought process. And I saw offense do like this because now on third down, I was coming in
was cooking.
determined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Kyle said, you got to make the play. It don't matter what down you get in.
Yeah.
Make the play.
Yeah.
And I kind of walked out of bounds like pissed off a little bit, like, yeah, Tanner, because at the end of the day, your name gonna get called, regardless whether you make it or not. And you rather it be called for you looking good making a play, than somebody saying you missed that pass and that ain't you. So don't put that stuff on tape. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna give myself credit for that, but I believe our offense started improving on third down when I was getting that ball a lot and I was determined to go out there and make that first down, whether it was one play or not.
And that team, I think, was, just to go back, because again, I think that there's a lot of similarities. Like, it's not the most talented team, rookie quarterback, all this kind of stuff. Dude just found roles as the season went on.
Yeah.
Like Tana, the third down guy, like me as the blocking Y, like just blocking all the time. Like, it fit our scheme and our offense. We found plays that fit Robert really well, and like that took probably 9 weeks
to find out.
I tell guys stories all the time. I don't want to be long. I know Jay probably over there, man. Come on, Tanner, hurry up. No, I tell folks stories all the time. I had to find myself again. I remember when Mike told me the whole thing, like, hey, bro, you can still separate, and I want to preserve your legs. Why have you out there as a starter? You just come off a knee surgery in 2010. Why have you out there as a starter and you're not getting the ball certain down? So I'm gonna bring you in on third down. It's gonna help you. So I remember watching the basketball game, and I still was pissed off about it. But I'm like, I didn't think that I like this game, so I'm not trying to, find myself at home being mad because I didn't want to, because I'm not a starter no more. And I'm watching the basketball game, and it was the Spurs playing, and I saw Ginobili come off the bench. And the way he played, I say, Tanner, you gotta be Ginobili.
Yeah.
Because he's a starter.
Yeah, he's
but
a
come off the bench
starter, but
and accept your role and go out there and play some good football. And I swear to God, Ginobili was the reason why that switch turned. It cut on and my whole thought process changed. And I went out there, I dominated third down. I remember I led the team that year with 8 tugs. You know what I mean?
So I remember. Yeah.
I was on fire.
You balled that year, and it was a limited role. Let's talk real quick about obviously, starting fast is important, but there's this national perception that the Commanders are going to win 5 games.
Yeah,
they because the world hates us.
Yeah. But let's talk about why that is. You know, if you were sitting back and look at it objectively, we're starting a rookie quarterback. I think we got a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
All those things are important, and I think it's important to note that national media isn't at practice every day. They don't see Sam's growth.
Yeah.
They see him in the preseason game, and I think now people are coming around to the idea of him starting.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big deal.
They read the paper, though. They look at the paper and say, okay, we got a first-year coordinator. We don't really think highly of him because he was behind Andy Reid.
Yep.
The quarterback, North Carolina, third-round quarterback.
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to come in here and play on the caliber of NFL prototype
Like
quarterback.
all the quarterbacks.
And then they say
in the first round,
the linebackers positions haven't been addressed in how long?
Yep.
The front, our front five is all we have on defense. So they look at all that stuff and say and try to dictate what's going to happen.
Yeah.
No,
and that ain't how you play the
this
game.
national love affair with the stinking Cowboys.
Yeah.
So everybody, they picked the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl the last 33 years, and they ain't won not a nail. Then you got the Eagles, the guys that went to the Super Bowls last year. You got the Giants who beat us twice last year. So they automatically put us at the bottom of the NFC East. So if you put us at the bottom of the NFC East, we ain't going to be ranked highly with the rest of the team. So at the end of the day, I think we can most definitely beat the Giants. I think we can beat the Eagles. And I know we can beat the Cowboys. So I don't feel like the national people feel. I just know we're going to get better week in and week out. And I think that's the whole key.
And I think that's the thing. Look at every single year, man. People come out and be like, this is going to be the best team in football. And obviously it's easy when it's Kansas City because Patrick Mahomes, or the Bills because they got a good quarterback, right? But what Dak Prescott are we going to get? He might be terrible. What if Jalen Hurts hits a regression because his OC's gone, right? We don't know. And as long as we are playing,
Don't know.
the team is playing competitive, sound football, I think it'll kind of work itself out.
I'm going to tell you what the national media does. They go and pick from whatever happened last year. We know from playing in the NFL, it ain't never the same by year. And that's what they do. And they make it easy by just picking the teams with the better quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All right, well, you don't know how that quarterback going to play this year.
Yeah.
All right, because he was great last year. Don't make him great this year. We see it year in and year out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So now that that's settled, I think that's really good analysis on that, guys. Let's talk about the keys to starting fast. And I've never really been able to pin down what this is. You know what I mean? How to start fast. Everyone says, how do you start fast? But what is the key to starting fast, winning games early in the season?
I think efficient play from offense and defense.
How do you get that, though, Tana?
Efficient play to me is what we saw this preseason.
Yeah.
These guys moved the ball. They moved the chains. They made plays when it wasn't there with their feet at the quarterback position, and they scored the ball. Whether you scoring touchdowns, kicking field goals, they found a way to put up points.
Yeah.
Now, when you're doing that and you have the defense that we have, you don't think our defense is going to go out there and get a turnover or two? You don't think our defense is going to go out there and get a few sacks that's going to put put our opponents behind? So that's what we was talking about last year. Our offense wasn't playing on the same level
Level
as
as the
our
defense.
defense,
Yeah.
and vice versa. One was playing high the first game,
Yeah.
the other one wasn't. Then the second game or the third game is switched. You
Yep.
know, Cam Curl comes in there, the defense flying around.
Yeah.
Offense can't get a first down to save their life. You know, or they can't score the ball to save their life.
Compliment each other.
Complimentary football.
Yeah,
there you
man.
go. Complimentary football is going to get us to have a fast start, because when you compliment a defense that can pin their ears back and get out to the quarterback like ours can,
Yep.
give us 14 points, and I'm on their defense.
Watch them dogs hunt.
Yeah.
Trust me. You know what I mean?
Here go the key too. The thing about it is, the reason we always start off slow, nobody, want to talk about the elephant in the room, quarterback play.
Yeah.
It's always quarterback play. Tanner just said it. Get a defense and let's see them play with a lead.
Yeah.
Because playing with a lead and playing with the score 3-3,
Yeah.
I play
It's a different
differently
game.
as a defensive back.
Different game.
Like totally play different as a defensive back.
No, absolutely. And I think like one of the things that I always thought about is teams that didn't play a lot in the preseason
Yeah.
usually start
Start
slow.
slow,
Like even
yeah.
Tom Brady. Like I remember when Tom Brady wasn't playing a lot, like in
Yeah.
the preseason
Yeah.
at the end of his career, his first 3 or 4 games
Yeah.
are always kind of like,
Kinda-
oh, he's cooked, he's done. Then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, 5th game, bam, I'm
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
7 touchdowns.
And I really think that this staff has done a good job of being like, hey, we're going to play.
Yeah.
We're going to get reps. Like our
And-
first experience isn't going to be on, against the Cardinals.
Yeah, against the Cardinals.
You remember the Mike Shanahan teams? We played in the
Yeah,
preseason. We
played a lot.
was out there going around. Now, our quarterback didn't play a lot, but we played,
Yeah, absolutely. So I think like that to me is a huge factor and something I'm excited to see, quite honestly. Anything else you guys? So in terms of early games, who's going to break out, you think?
Well, I know what he finna say, Jahan Dotson.
Because he's going to say Forbes.
All right, so you go Forbes, I go Dotson. Check this out. I think Dotson is finna show the league that I ain't no 1B. I'm a 1A.
Dude, he's bald, man.
Now, and I think what he finna do is he's gonna use every cornerback's talent against him.
Yeah.
He knows how to outslow you.
Yeah.
He knows how to outpace you.
Yeah.
He knows how to use your leverage against you. He knows how to get in your blind spot. He understands where the quarterback wants to put the ball at. And I think that's a lethal combination, when, especially as a cornerback, with me having to study you.
Yeah.
I can't zero in on what makes
you
you
do.
strong.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be like everybody's Achilles heel against him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad he gave me Forbes to talk about because, honestly, because one of the things that I've seen, and I don't have to turn on the film to watch it. I watch him in practice and I watch him in the preseason games. He has no choice but to have a fast start because
Yeah.
they're going to come at them.
Yeah,
They're
that's a
going
good
to
point.
test you out the gate. Oh, you this dude, they say, you're a magnet to the football. Let's see.
Yeah.
But not only that, the man does things that I haven't seen a lot of cornerbacks that play here with me or opposite of me can do. He's shifty. He can really turn his hips and run with anybody.
Yeah.
That's a talent that most cornerbacks don't have. Some cornerbacks are stiff but can catch the ball, or some cornerbacks can be fluent but can't cover with the dime and digs. You know what I mean? So I think he has all the intangibles and the tools that he can run with the best of them. And he's physical, more physical than they believe.
Yeah.
Looking at the structure, they looking at his body. He's like, oh, this little dude, this little small frame.
Yeah.
Then he hits you in your mouth, and he's like, oh, okay, he gonna bring it.
Yeah.
And he feisty.
Yeah.
He's a humble, feisty dude.
dude.
So
Yeah.
I like what I see. You know what I mean? They gonna test him, and I think he's ready for the test.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think both those guys are great. And they've had really good off seasons, and they look like they're poised for something big. Two guys I'm looking forward to are Chase Young. Like if he gets healthy, man, like that one rush he had against Cleveland, man.
Oh,
looked
that
great.
showed that how hungry
The
he
way
is.
he's been rushing his one-on-ones, he looks great. I hope he's healthy. I hope he's back out there because, golly, those 4 dudes together, like, especially if Chase is rushing like that, it's going to be huge. And then for me, the other one is Jamin Davis. I think he's progressed every single year, and if he can take that next step and be that freak athlete who's super physical, I think it's going to set the table for an awesome.
So let's just go ahead and pray to the football gods now. Come on, give us our wishes. Football gods, you hear us? We talking to you now.
I ain't heard
Give
the
us what
word
we want.
godly in a while.
Yeah.
Like you just said it. Like Coach Gibbs probably like the last person I've heard say godly.
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 No,
Yeah.
what you just said.
Golly.
Yeah.
Golly.
That's what you just said. Say it again.
Golly.
Golly.
Golly. Yes.
You can't make it one word. I thought it was godly.
Golly.
No, you saying it too quick.
No, golly. All right, well, on that, gosh darn dolly, we are going to be done with the show today.
God dang it.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, man.